What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as basic attention token to BTC. There's also another altcoin I do want to discuss with you because I did make a pretty quick trade off of that yesterday. Those of you who have me on Patreon saw this. Those of you who don't, I will share it with you today. Otherwise, guys, we have a bunch of important crypto related news to discuss. Markets are kind of dipping back off. I do have some interesting things and theories to discuss with you about the potential or what happened with that Bitcoin rally, and they're also going to be checking out XRP. Otherwise, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're this close to hitting 10,000 subscribers, and when we do, I will be giving away $100 of free cryptocurrency. So definitely make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Otherwise, let's jump right into today's video. So guys, we're on the current coin market cap, and as you guys can see, Bitcoin dominance is slowly backing down. We were at 60% yesterday, currently 59.4. 24-hour volume is 100 billion. We are just exploding in terms of volume, mainly because we're going to check out XRP, which is driving up a lot of volume right now. Market cap is 237 billion, so that is actually quite nice. A little bit lower than where we were, but it still looks absolutely fantastic. Now, when we scroll down to the top 10 cryptocurrencies, out of the top 10, most of them are kind of fluctuating right now. We do see 4 out of the 10 in red, and we do see XRP, the number one gainer today, 22% up. Now, a lot of people have questions as to where the market is going to head after this. Should they take profits? Should they sell off? I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit more as to what I plan on doing later on in today's episode, so make sure to stick around with that. Otherwise, to discuss XRP, I'm not going to jump into a chart as of right now, but I did look at the chart. Don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful move, but XRP has been underperforming the past couple of weeks and it's just tanking all the way down. So it's literally making up for its previous losses. So I don't know why the market's going crazy. XRP has been pretty much flatlining and crashing for the remainder of the past couple of months, and we're finally seeing some sort of pulse on XRP, and the XRP fans are going crazy. Not to spread FUD on you guys, but when I looked at the chart too, there was a pretty obvious bounce that we saw, which made sense. So I don't know about that on XRP. Huge gains though, for sure. But otherwise, Litecoin at $89, down 1.45%. Markets are pretty much just half and half. A lot of coins are still up double digits though. Chainlink 31%. Yeah, so the markets don't look too bad. We're definitely in a consolidation pattern, and I do want to check that out a little more in depth in 1 second. Now, I did make a trade yesterday, and I do kind of want to talk about what exactly I did. So I want to check out Stellar Lumens right now. And for those of you who actually have me on Patreon, I did inform you guys of a potential move happening within Stellar Lumens. Now, for those of you who don't know what Patreon is or don't have me yet, it's definitely something I recommend. This is the only way you guys can get exclusive access to our community and group, as well as get exclusive access to all these live charts that I do post on a day-to-day basis. And it's a great way to pretty much get a heads up prior to me posting videos on YouTube. So for those of you who had me on Patreon, we were talking about Stellar Lumens, what's going on with Stellar Lumens. And I did buy in right down here because I was anticipating a rally up. I did pretty much configure that markets were gonna start to consolidate back down, trade out sideways. I noticed XLM was so beyond oversold that it kind of needed to come back up, and I did make that play, and I do want to validate that right here. Stellar Lumens, I bought it at 10,000. I put in, and I've made $378 off that with 3.78 profit. Now understand, this is a small amount, but I'm not trying to lock in major gains. With these past trades that we've had in the past couple of days, we've amounted to almost $2,000 in profit off of just 3 simple trades. And I want to make that a point to you guys. Yes, we did use 10,000, 10,000, 20,000, but you were doing this off of a big amount. And now understand, we had $100,000 in capital, and we did not put in 100,000. We just put in a small amount of 10% into our investment strategies. This way we're dollar cost averaging in case we fall down. So the goal of this is not to kind of chuck it all in and hope that we go for a Hail Mary and we shoot up. It's to be more strategic, which I teach in my Patreon. It's the second link in the description. Now, this is definitely an awesome platform for you guys to be able to trade virtually. It's a virtual simulated cryptocurrency platform. It's the first link in the description. Highly recommend you check it out. It's a great way to test our skills. It's a great way to test out what I'm preaching, and it's a great way for me to show you guys how my trades are working. The past 3 trades have all been positive. Yes, Tron did make a 0%, but That's not a loss. So the past, 4 trades have been positive with no issues, and we're amounted to $2,000. Now, understand this is only with 10% using of $100,000. If we downgraded that and used $1,000, we would have been up $200 cash in the past couple of days, or maybe week and a half. So $200 in a week and a half for a very conservative trading, that is amazing. So I don't know, that's my take. We're doing very well. These are my trades, and my beliefs and my investing strategies are holding true, because they are I do apply them, and they do follow through. So now it's more, I do have skin in the game. It's a great way for me to show you guys the opportunities here. As for the giveaway that we're doing the past 2 days, I am currently I believe I'm gonna let the video end. I'm currently transferring over some Bitcoin to my wallets, and then I will send those out, and I'll make a video within the next, probably by the end of Friday, have a video out where I'm showing you guys that I'm sending those people the charts. I've decided to be a little bit more frugal, and those 2 videos that I posted, I'm going to do a giveaway for each video. So the last video I posted, so you guys definitely make sure to check those 2 videos out if you still want to partake in the giveaway. I didn't do the drawing yet. All you have to do is be subscribed to the channel and comment down below your Litecoin address on those 2 videos. If you wanted to do it on this one, that's okay too. But I'm going to pick 2 winners of those videos and post them up. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Otherwise, shifting our focus now to Litecoin. Guys, I don't know how more prominent Litecoin's being. We're hanging out in between our technical indicators. You can see we do have this ascending wedge that formed, and we have yet to break bearish from that. We've literally had 1, 2, 3, 4 days of consolidation now, where we have yet to break this uptrend right here with a strong force, with also a $90 resistance here. There's a lot of things weighing on this coin. Now understand, we are nearing overbought on the daily, which is another sure sign that consolidation is needed. We're also pretty damn close to the top on the 4-hour too. So it's definitely a very difficult market to get involved in, and I really want to go into detail as to what exactly is happening with Bitcoin, because there's 2 things that are happening right now that could be affecting the price, and why we're seeing such a massive rally all across the board with mainly Bitcoin. So let me shift my focus here. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about Litecoin in terms of Bitcoin in a second. So what's going on? Hopefully you guys are aware of the market. If not, I'm gonna inform you right now. But there's a couple of things going on. So one thing, we did have this Binance hack. Binance locked down the exchanges, so that makes the coins more volatile, because when you lock down the exchanges and you allow less trading on their major #1 platform in all of crypto, you're locking up a bunch of coins. So it's basically like taking those coins out of circulation is pretty much what they're doing, which means there's now a smaller niche of coins to be traded, which could inevitably affect the price of Bitcoin. Now that's the first thing. The second thing is, hopefully you guys are aware of the, I don't know the first part, but it's the consensus that's happening in New York City right now. Like literally past couple of days, it has been consensus, and I would have been there if my college didn't assign my finals the same exact days as the consensus, which is so freaking annoying. But hopefully next year, or hopefully there will be some more events over the summer that I'll be able to attend and bring you guys along with me. That's unfortunate, but with the consensus happening, which is a week of all these different meetups and groups and events and expos about crypto all in one, we're really promoting and pushing Bitcoin to a huge extent, which could be why we're seeing a massive injection in volume. And also, I do offer tutoring on Patreon, and I was talking to one of my clients yesterday about what I potentially saw within Bitcoin on its weekly. I apologize, let me jump to that really quick. So here's what we were looking at, and I want to hear your guys' opinion, not only on the rally being something to do with the expos, and if it doesn't have anything to do with the expos, it's kind of very, very, very coincidental that we're having the #1 major expos all in 1 week at the same time Bitcoin's price is shooting up to levels we haven't seen in a long time before. So here's what I really wanted to point out. So notice we're in the very similar position as previous to when we did break out, and this is really what I'm trying to stress in today's episode. So previously we saw a massive, so what we're seeing now looks very similar to what we saw back before we broke to $20,000. Pretty much from here up looks very similar to here up, and that's what I want to kind of get at. So notice, I want to try to draw it out, but I know they're not exactly in the same spots, but the charts are very similar. So you saw we had a dip like this, or sideways trading, we went up, then we had more sideways trading, then we went up again. So this kind of stair pattern. Now, take into account that over here. We had sideways trading, we went up, we had sideways trading, and now we're up again. So the same things are happening here, over here. Very similar. Now take into account where our previous explosion downwards, where we started at $8,000 and we fell all the way down to $5,500. So right here is that neck that we're currently testing right now, which is a huge, resistance since we fell from $8,000 all the way to $5,500. Now I'm not spreading FUD and saying that's what's going to happen, but I want to let you guys know that this is a possibility. That we did when we tested this previously, we broke down at a very violent rate, and that's the exact price we're at now. Now another thing that's alarming is when we were over here testing the overbought line, testing this resistance line, we were overbought. Let's look at what we're at now. We're testing that same line, we're overbought. Interesting. This is why I'm very hesitant and bearish right now in terms of seeing a small short-term resistance or retracement downwards. That's why a lot of you guys are. A lot of you are anticipating this to happen because that would literally make these charts look so identical. Just like that. That happening here, I'd say if it did happen, it wouldn't be unexpected in the slightest. But then check out what happened right after that. We saw this. So it's not too late to be buying in. This is definitely possible. If indeed we do see a pullback down here, I'm going to be buying some crypto. So let's say we do fall. Let's say we do pull back. Where's good times to buy in? Let me show you. So as we zoom in, you'll notice there's a couple areas that look very nice. So if we manage to pull all the way back down to our top of the high-low MMA, that red band, this would inevitably push us probably down to around 57. This would be a great time to start dollar cost averaging in case covering our asses we fall lower. I put in a very small amount, 10% there. Maybe buying a little more right when we're in between, because look at how, wide this mouth is of the high-low MMA. It's a pretty wide gap compared to what it's been before. So I'd buy in maybe a little more right in the middle, and then I honestly cannot see it breaking below this level right here, which is the green band, the purple uptrend, and support at around $5,000. That inevitably would probably swing the high-low MMA. Whoa, did not mean to do that. Probably down to here. Let me show you. So it would probably drop this all the way to here, which would look really nice. So that's what I'm anticipating. I am anticipating a retracement. If we don't happen, that's awesome. More power to it. I didn't lose anything. But I'd rather not be buying in here, taking the risk, and then watching my money fall to zero and getting screwed over. I'd rather take that risk, wait for us to pull back down, then throw some money in and have it ride up, rather than me missing the rally. I don't mind missing that rally. That's okay. But I'd rather not put my money in and watch it just pummel, because we're getting very close to what could potentially happen again. Is it going to happen? Not too sure. People might be hodling up, but there's a lot of things going on with this week that could be influencing the price, and once that week ends, we could see a pullback. So we had 3 good news. We saw the Starbucks, Amazon, Whole Foods, that GameStop, and a couple other stores now accept crypto. Now accept Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. That's one. That was huge news. The second is Binance holding all their coins. They locked the exchanges down, which means anyone on Binance cannot trade Bitcoin, which means they pretty much did the same thing as taking their coins off of circulation, which is a huge influence on the freaking market. If Binance has 7 million coins out of these 16 million that are in circulation, that's a huge freaking chunk. That's a third of the damn price, if not a little more. So that shrinks that circulation more, jacking the price up. 3 is the consensus that's happening right now, which is a huge shill and pushing crypto. That could be another reason. But the second all that news gets old, and the second the event ends, which I believe is tomorrow, we could see this rally back downwards, and it could be hard. So be aware that this does not mean we're going to shoot up to $20,000. We're still overbought on pretty much every chart, and I am kind of hesitant towards throwing money in. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum is literally neck and neck following Bitcoin. I think we're going to consolidate down out of this. I think $200 is still a resistance. I think we're still going to trade out sideways. We're overbought extremely on the daily, so a pullback is definitely a necessary step. Basic attention token, double bottom. A lot of you guys are interested in this. It is nearing oversold, but it is not there yet. We are below the highlight MMA, which looks nice, and we seem to be trading in this channel. There's really not enough on the charts for me to give a nice technical analysis and charting, so it's tough. If any of you guys see anything on here, feel free to shoot me an email at cryptotvofficial@gmail.com. And lastly, XLM, which we looked at, is you can see the short-term consolidation. We can go higher, and I did tell you that I did sell off. I actually sold off right before I made this video. But it definitely could go higher. I'm literally just cashing out so I can get ready for a better investment, but not to say Stellar Lumens won't consolidate back up. The only reason I sold off is, yes, it looks good on the daily, but short-term on the 4-hour, it looks kind of half and half. We're trading at 50 right now. We're battling this resistance, and the highlight MMA is coming up, so it's a lot of downwards negative pressure on the market. Otherwise, guys, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Giveaway for $100 of free crypto at 10,000 subs. I'll be doing the giveaway for hitting 9,000 subs probably the end of this week, and I'll make a video on that so you guys believe me. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.